Alright, so I'm going a little unorthodox tonight. The wind is blowing right at me over my left shoulder. And there's a pretty big deer trail that way. And then there's a bunch of trails up there and over to my right. So I might blow out any stuff sitting back over here. But if they come around from my right hand side or from the far left, they're not gonna get me. I've got all of this dead tree as background, and I'm sitting about 8 yards off the field, so I should have a pretty good shot, but they will be out in front of me when I see them. So I'm gonna have to move real slow. So I'm gonna get set up. It's a little bit after 3 now, and last light is at about 6:40, 6:45. So we'll see what happens. And it's almost 70 degrees, so I'm in the shade a little bit. It's nice. Well, it's 10 after 5, and I just dropped a doe at about 10 yards, right outside of my ambush site. She came right in front of me. I waited till she passed, and I stood up and shot her. She's laying right over there. So I'm just gonna hang on and see if I can get anything else. Unbelievable. I'm so glad it worked. So just to give you an idea of my setup, I'm sitting right on this field edge with the monopod here and the crossbow here. I'll try to let them walk past me. And I've got shots from there over there, and that's how I was able to get that one. So we'll see what happens. It's early yet. Well, it's about 10 to 6. We're getting close to sunset. Sunset's about 6:15. I got some deer on the far end of the field. I'm just going to set the dark and see if anything else comes past me over here. Gorgeous day. It's probably dipping into the 60s now. It's beautiful out. All right, so I set up on the edge of this cornfield today that was freshly cut just about a week ago, a little bit under a week ago. And if you look in there, you can see my setup. I had my crossbow with a shooting stick and my chair just set up against that tree. And the wind was blowing directly in my face, so I knew that I might blow out whatever was behind me, but stuff would be coming from the left over here and from the right over here as well. So I had a doe come in right in front of me, got past me to about here. I stood up and took a shot, and you can see the Lumenok over there. And she went down right where she was, or only ran just a little bit, and you can see that that nap broadhead sticking up there. So it was a great shot. Couldn't be more excited. Great night. All right, we're back at the truck, and 7:36. So got the deer all quartered, packed up, and I didn't come in for the load pack. I just threw it over my shoulders. Went out. I didn't have a stand tonight, so made it a lot easier. Incredibly fired up. So I had one just a little under a week ago, first trad shot. This was my first one from the ground. What a great night. Totally awesome. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Well, I'll tell you what a great night. I had doves in the field at like 4 o'clock, 4:30. It was beautiful. Landing, taking off, big giant group of them. Absolutely gorgeous. Then had that deer come in at about 10 after 5. Gave me just a couple yard shot. It was my first time working with the crossbow from the ground. And it was unbelievable. You know, just a couple yards away. I was setting maybe 8 yards, and she was probably, 3 yards from that, 4 yards from that when I hit her. Just a fantastic night. Another first. Never got one from the ground with a crossbow, especially wasn't counting on that close quarters. And just another great experience. I mean, that cut cornfield was the ticket. They had cut it just last Wednesday when I got my other doe. And I knew they'd still be coming out, you know, to get the pickings. I did see a good size 6 down in a gully about 90 yards away with about 2 or 3 minutes to last light, so no chance, but it was nice to see, and good to know that they'll be running around, you know, in the next couple of weeks when the rut's here. So good amount of does out on the edges of the field in other areas, but nothing else came past me after that. So gonna go home, rest up, and then I'll take care of the rest of the deer tomorrow. Thanks.